Orkney Islands. The inhabitants of the Orkney Islands are descended from Vikings who, like the Saxons, according to various medieval legends, were in turn descended from Scythians who migrated to northern Europe and Scandinavia. The name of Scotland was originally intended to refer to the land of the Scythians. 101 The idea that the Scots came from Scythia is also found in most legendary accounts and also in unedited versions of the Venerable Bede of the 8th century. The Anglo-Saxon Chronicle, written in the 9th century AD, begins by saying that the Britons, like the Saxons, came from Armenia and the Picts of Scotland from the south of Scythia. The Pictish Chronicle of the 10th century mentions Scythiti Gotha, Scythians and Goths, as being the ancestors of the Picts, the people living in ancient eastern and northern Scotland. Edmund Spenser, 1552–1553, 1599, an English poet best known for The Faerie Queene, wrote, "The chiefest nation that settled in Ireland I suppose to be Scythians, which first inhabit Inga and afterward stretch Inga themselves forth into the land as their numbers increased named it all of them Selus Scotland which more briefly is called Scotolanda or Scotland." 102 One of Spenser's main sources was William Camden, 1551–1623, author of Britannia, the first chorographical survey of Britain and Ireland, who wrote, "To derive descent from a Scythian stock, cannot be thought any ways dishonourable, seeing that the Scythians, as they are most ancient, so they have been the conquerors of most nations, themselves always invincible, and never subject to the empire of others." 103. Irish legend maintains that the Scottish originate from Phineas Farsed, a descendant of Edom, Esau, who founded the kingdom of Scythia in southern Russia. Phineas' son Nel married Skida, the daughter of an Egyptian pharaoh and contemporary of Moses. A Swiss genetics company has in fact claimed that up to 70% of British men are related to the Egyptian pharaoh Tutankhamun. DNA testing on some of the related male mummies of the 18th dynasty of Egypt revealed them to belong to a genetic profile group, known as haplogroup R1b1a2. It is the most frequently occurring Y chromosome haplogroup in Western Europe, with its highest concentrations in Ireland and Scotland, indicating that they share a common ancestor. 104 R1b1a2 arose about 9.500 years ago in the surrounding area of the Black Sea, an area corresponding to Scythia. This should not be taken as corroborating the Scytha legend, but as perhaps pointing to some underlying truth that has later been embellished by legend. Studies have discovered that the genetic component of the population of the Orkney Islands is characterized by a type not found in other British samples, but one in high frequency in Russia, Ukraine, Bohemia, and throughout Central Asia, and rare in East Asia and Western Europe. According to a study titled The Eurasian Heartland, a continental perspective on Y chromosome diversity, conducted by the National Academy of Sciences, the distribution of this gene grouping is likely to represent traces of an ancient population migration originating in southern Russia/Ukraine, where it is found at a high frequency. In other words, this specific genetic type originated in Scythia. 105 As noted by David Foe, the largest number of close matches to the rare haplogroup R101 Norse signature from Shetland, just north of the Orkney Islands, were not seen in large and diverse European samples in which R101 predominates, like Poland, but among the peoples of Altai. 106. Wonsby Bendor Benide. The 10 Lost Tribes, A World History, Oxford University Press, 2009, p. 11. To John Andrew Boyle. Alexander and the Mongols. The Journal of the Royal Asiatic Society of Great Britain and Ireland, 1979, 123–136. 3 Deborah Higgs Strickland. Text, image, and contradiction in the Devisement du Monde. In Akbari, Suzanne Conklin, Iannucci, Amilcar. Marco Polo and the Encounter of East and West, University of Toronto Press, 2008. p. 38. Fouriasna 9.10, 17.39, 19.32–33, 32.8, 32.10, 48.10. C. Nigasian, S.A. The Zoroastrian Faith, Tradition and Modern Research, Montreal and Kingston, McGill Queen's University Press, 1993, p. 19. 5. Mrs. J. H. Philpott. The Sacred Tree in Religion and Myth. New York, Macmillan, 1897. 6. Original Sanskrit texts on the origin and history of the people of India, their religion and institutions, inquiry whether the Hindus are of trans-Himalayan origin, and akin to the western branches of the Indo-European race, Volume 1, Trubner, 1871, p. 471. 7. On Isis and Osiris, Chapter 46, quoted from Yamauchi, Persia, and the Bible, p. 401. 8. Denisonor. Cambridge History of Early Inner Asia, Cambridge University Press, 1990, p. 295. 9. Ancient DNA provides new insights into the history of South Siberian Kurgan people. Human Genetics. 126, number 3, 395 to 410. 10. Ancient DNA provides new insights into the history of South Siberian Kurgan people. Human Genetics. 126, number 3, 395 to 410. 11. Peter A. Underhill, 2014. The Phylogenetic and Geographic Structure of Y Chromosome Haplogroup R1A. European Journal of Human Genetics, 23, 124 to 131. 12. Raghavan et al. Upper Paleolithic Siberian Genome Reveals Dual Ancestry of Native Americans. Nature Volume 505, pages 87 to 91, January 2, 2014. 13. Kivizald, T. Rutsi, S. Metzpalu, M. Mastana, S. Kaldma, K. Parikh, J. Metzpalu, E. Adahan, M. et al. 2003. The genetic heritage of the earliest settlers persists both in Indian tribal and caste populations. AJHG. 72, 313 to 32, Mirabal, Shayla, Reguiro, M. Cadenas, A.M., Cavalli Sforza, L.L., Underhill P.A., Verbenko, De, Limberska, S.A., Herrera, R.J., et al. 2009. Y chromosome distribution within the geolinguistic landscape of northwestern Russia. European Journal of Human Genetics. 17, 10 1260 to 1273. 14. Wells, R.S. 2001, The Eurasian Heartland, A Continental Perspective on Y Chromosome Diversity. Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences of the USA, 98, 18 10244 to 10249. 15. Hawk et al., 2015. Massive migration from the steppe is a source for Indo-European languages in Europe, Nature doi, 10.1038/Nature 14317, Alan Toft et al., 2015. Population Genomics of Bronze Age Eurasia, Nature Volume 522, pages 167 to 172, June 11, 2015, Matheson et al., 2015. 8,000 Years of Natural Selection in Europe. Nature doi, 10.1038/Nature 16152. 16. Edward Wong. The Dead Tell a Tale China Doesn't Care to Listen to. The New York Times, November 18, 2008. 17. J. P. Mallory and Victor H. Mayer. The Tarim Mummies, Ancient China and the Mystery of the Earliest Peoples from the West, London, Thames and Hudson, 2000, pages 236 to 237. 18. Victor H. Mayer. Mummies of the Tarim Basin. Archaeology, Volume 48, Number 2, March/April 1995, pages 28 to 35. 19. Beer, Doran M., Thomas, Mark G., Skorecki, Carl, Hammer, Michael F., Buligina, Yekaterina, Rosengarten, Drower, Jones, Abigail L., Held, Karen et al. 2003. Multiple Origins of Ashkenazi Levits, Y chromosome evidence for both Near Eastern and European ancestries. American Journal of Human Genetics 73, 4768-79. 20 Mansour A., Mazur K., Kalik S. et al. April 2004. Investigation of the Greek ancestry of populations from northern Pakistan. HumGenet 114, 5484-90, Rory McCarthy, Pushtun Clue to Lost Tribes of Israel. The Observer, January 17, 2010. 21 Ibid. 22 Patrick T. English. Cushites, Colchians, and Hazars. Journal of Near Eastern Studies, Vol 18, January, October 1959, p. 53. 23 Histories, 4:11. 24 Orphic Fragment 58 Kern equals Athenagoras, Apology, Reverend B. P. Pratton Translator, in Ante-Nicene Christian Library, Translations of the Writings of the Fathers down to AD 325, Volume 2 Justin Martyr and Athenagoras, Edinburgh, T. and T. Clark, 38 George Street 1870, p. 397, Roel van den Broek. Studies in Gnosticism and Alexandrian Christianity, Brill, 1996, p. 137 and 20. 25 Herodotus. Histories, 4.8-10. 26 Denisonor. The Cambridge History of Early Inner Asia, Volume 1, Cambridge University Press, 1990, p. 99, Ashkenazi. Webster's New World College Dictionary, 4th edition, Houghton Mifflin Harcourt, 2010. 27 Ian Richard Netton. A Popular Dictionary of Islam, Routledge, 2006, p. 72-73. 28 Emery J. Van Donzel and Andrea Barbara Schmidt. Gog and Magog in Early Eastern Christian and Islamic Sources, Brill, 2010, p. 57. 29 David Pinot. Storytelling Techniques in the Arabian Nights, Brill, 1992, p. 181 fn 71. 30 Josephus. Antiquities of the Jews, 11, 8, 5. 31 Andrew Ronnie Anderson, 1927. Alexander's Horns. Transactions and Proceedings of the American Philological Association. 58, 110. 32 Peter G. Biotenhals. Historia and Fabula, Myths and Legends in Historical Thought from Antiquity to the Modern Age, Leiden, Brill, 1994, p. 122. 33 Josephus. The Wars of the Jews. Book 7, Chap 7, Section 4, 244. 34 Biotenhals. Historia and Fabula, p. 123. 35 Claudia Achian Caglani, 2001. The Syriac version of the Alexander Romance. L.E. Musean. 114, 1-2 121-140. 36 John Andrew Boyle. The Alexander Legend in Central Asia. Folklore, 85, 4, Winter, 1974, pages 217-228. 37 Reported by IBN Ishak, IBN Hisham, 1/371-372, Sahibut Tirmidhi, 3/69/H3361-3362, and Ahmed Musnad. 38 Kevin Van Bladel. The Alexander Legend in the Quran 18:83-102, in the Quran in its historical context, ed. Gabriel Said Reynolds, New York, Routledge, 2007. 39 Surah Al-Kahf, 83 to 98. 40 Tirmidhi he. Abwab al-Tafsir, Surat al-Kaf, Hadith 5160, 8/597-99. Ibn Majah. Kitab al-Fitan, Hadith 4080, 2/1364. Ahmad. Musnad, 2/510, 511. 41 David Cook. Contemporary Muslim Apocalyptic Literature, Syracuse University Press, 2005, pages 8, 10. 42 Shulva Weil. Bombay. In Norman A. Stillman, ed. Encyclopedia of Jews in the Islamic World. Leiden, Brill, 2010. 43 Beer, Doran M., Yunus Bayev, Bayazit, Metzpalu, Mate, Metzpalu, Ene, Rosset, Saharan, Parikh, Juri, Rutsi, Siiri, Chabe, Gineshwar, Kuchuev, Ilduz, Yudkovsky, Gwenady, Kusnetdinova, Elzake, Balanovsky, Oleg, Semino, Ornella, Pereira, Luisa, Comas, David, Gurwitz, David, Bontemir, Batsheva, Parfit, Tudor, Hammer, Michael F., Skorecki, Carl, Willems, Richard, 2010. The Genome-Wide Structure of the Jewish People. Nature. 466, 7303 238-42. 44 Chabe, Gineshwar, Singh, Manvendra, Rai, Niraj, Karyappa, Mini, Singh, Kamayani, Singh, Ashish, Pratap Singh, Deepnakar, Tamang, Rakesh, Selvi Rani, Deepa, Reddy, Alaji, Kumar Singh, Vijay, Singh, Lalji, Thungaraj, Kumarasamy, 2016. Genetic affinities of the Jewish populations of India. Scientific Reports, 6, 19166. 45 Josephus. Contra Apianum, I, 22. 46 Firasatsadov, Kalik Shagupta, Mohiuddin Aisha, Papayanu Murdo, Tyler Smith Chris, Underhill Peter A., Ayub Qasim, 2007. Y-chromosomal evidence for a limited Greek contribution to the Pathan population of Pakistan. European Journal of Human Genetics 15, 121-126. 47 Mohan Lal. Life of the Amir Dost Mohammad Khan of Kabul. Volume 1. Longman, 1846, p. 48 Sharma, S., Rai, E., Sharma, P., Jena, M., Singh, S., Darvishi, K., Butt, A.K., Banwar, A.J., et al. 2009. The Indian origin of paternal haplogroup R101, substantiates the autochthonous origin of Brahmins and the caste system. Journal of Human Genetics. 54, 147-55. 49 Bamshad M., Kivizal T., Watkins W.S., Dixon M., Ricker C.E., Rao B.B., Nayuda J.M., Prasad B.V., Reddy P.G., Razana Yagame, Pupiha S.S., Willems R., Red A.J., Hammer M.F., Nguyen S.V., Carol M.L., Batser Ma, Yurd L.B., June 2001. Genetic evidence on the origins of Indian caste populations. Genome Research. 11, 6994-1004. 50 Manusmriti. Encyclopedia Britannica. 51 Tudor Parfit and Yulia Igorova, 2005. Genetics, History, and Identity, The Case of the Bani Israel and the Lemba. Culture, Medicine, and Psychiatry, 29, 206, 208, 221. 52 Yulia Igorova. Jews and India, Perceptions and Image, 2006. p. 85, Skaffer Streisauer. The Bani Israel of Bombay, A Study of a Jewish Community, 1971. p. 16. 53 Nathan Katz. Contacts between Jewish and Indo-Tibetan Civilizations Through the Ages, Some Explorations. The Tibet Journal. Volume 16, Number 4, Thematic Issue, Western Religions and Tibet, Winter 1991, p. 100. 54 Osman de Beauvoir Prialx. The Indian Travels of Apollonius of Tyana. The Journal of the Royal Asiatic Society of Great Britain and Ireland, Volume 17, 1860, pages 70 to 105. 55 Eakins. Buddhism and Gnosis, Le Origini dello Gnosticismo, Colloquio di Messina, April 13 to 18, 1966, Leiden, 1967, p. 665. 56 Elaine Pagels. The Gnostic Gospels, New York, Vintage/Random House, 1979, pxxi. 57 Orpus Lepak. The Jews of India, A Story of Three Communities. The Israel Museum, Jerusalem. 2003 p. 27, Shulva Weil. Jews in India in M. Avram Ehrlich, ed. Encyclopedia of the Jewish Diaspora, Santa Barbara, USA, ABC Clio 2008, 3, 1204-1212. 58 The History of the Works of the Learned, or an impartial account of books lately printed in all parts of Europe, with a particular relation of the state of learning in each country, 1699. Volume 1. London, printed for H. Rhodes, at the Star near Fleet Bridge, T. Bennett, at the Half Moon in St. Paul's Churchyard, A. Bell, at the Cross Keys in Cornhill, D. Midwinter and T. Lee, at the Rose and Crown, in St. Paul's Churchyard, 1699, pages 149 to 150. 59 The Jewish War, Book 7. 60 The Itinerary of Benjamin of Tudela. Ed. Marcus Nathan Adler, Oxford University Press, London 1907, p. 65. 61 India. Jewish Virtual Library. Retrieved from https://www.jewishvirtuallibrary.org/India. 62 Elkin Adler. Jewish Travelers in the Middle Ages, Dover Publications, 1987, pages 2 to 3. 63 Katz. Contacts between Jewish and Indo-Tibetan Civilizations Through the Ages, p. 104. 64 Ibid. 65 Sharad Chandra Das. Contributions on the Religion and History of Tibet. First published in, Journal of the Asiatic Society of Bengal, Volume. Li. 1882, reprint, Manjushri Publishing House, Delhi 1970, pages 81 to 82 and 6. 66 John Powers. Introduction to Tibetan Buddhism, Revised Edition, Snow Lion Publications, 2007, p. 250. 67 Perkvayern. The Bone Religion of Tibet, The Iconography of a Living Tradition, Part 2. London, Sarandia, 1995. 68 Lydia Aaron. Inventing Tibet. Commentary, January, 2009. 69 Richard Folds. Religions of the Silk Road, Palgrave Macmillan, 2nd edition, 2010, p. 46. 70 Joseph Mitsuo Kitagawa. The Religious Traditions of Asia, Religion, History, and Culture, Routledge, 2002, p. 80. 71 John Ronald Newman. The Outer Wheel of Time, Vajrayana Buddhist Cosmology in the Kalachakra Tantra, Madison 1987, 266 f. 72 Victor and Victoria Trimundi, The Shadow of the Dalai Lama, Annex, Critical Forum Kalachakra, retrieved from http://www.tremondi.de/sdle/annex.htm. 73 cited in E. A. Wallace Budge, ed. and translate. The History of Alexander, being Syriac version of the Pseudo-Callisthenes, Cambridge, 1884, p. 144. 74 Kevin Allen Brooke. The Jews of Hazaria, Roman and Littlefield Publishers, 2006. 75 Van Bladel. The Alexander Legend in the Quran 18:83-102, p. 187. 76 Saint Jerome. Commentary on Ezekiel, cited in Emery van Donzel and Andrea Schmidt, eds, Gog and Magog in Early Syriac and Islamic Sources, Leiden, Brill, 2009, p. 13. 77 Van Donzel and Schmidt, eds, Gog and Magog in Early Syriac and Islamic Sources, p. 13. 78 cited in Van Donzel and Schmidt, eds, Gog and Magog in Early Syriac and Islamic Sources, p. 14. 79 Van Bladel. The Alexander Legend in the Quran 18:83-102, p. 187. 80 Expositio in Mattheum Evangelistum. 81 Brooke. The Jews of Hazaria, p. 8. 82 Kevin Allen Brooke. The Jews of Hazaria, Roman and Littlefield Publishers, 2006. 83 Kevin Allen Brooke. Are mountain Jews descended from the Hazars? Retrieved from http://www.khazaria.com/mountainjews.html. 84 Vahan Kirkjian. History of Armenia. Chapter 4. Retrieved from http://penelope.chicago.edu/thayer/e/gazetter/places/asia/armenia/4star.html. 85 Armenia. Jewish Virtual Library. Retrieved from https://www.jewishvirtuallibrary.org/Armenia. 86 Hillel Halkin. Wandering Jews and Their Genes. Commentary 110:2, September 2054-61. Retrieved from http://www.khazaria.com/genetics/abstracts-jews.html. 87 Rev D and Mrs. J.N. Seekins tell me, please. British Israel Identity Foundation Truths. British Israel Identity Foundation Truths. Retrieved from http://www.orange-street-church.org/text/British-Israel-identity.htm. 88 Historical Account of the 10 Tribes, 1836, p. 92. 89 Hermann Rosenthal. Shazars. Jewish Encyclopedia. 90 as cited in William Henry Poole. Anglo-Israel, or, the Saxon race, proved to be the lost tribes of Israel. In 9 lectures, W. Briggs, 1889, p. 132. 91 Jewish Encyclopedia, 1901, Volume 12, p. 250. 92 as cited in Sharon Turner. The History of the Anglo-Saxons from the Earliest Period to the Norman Conquest, Volume 1, Longman, Rees, Orme, Brown, and Green, 1828, p. 101. 93 as cited in Poole. Anglo-Israel, p. 132. 94 J.H. Allen. Judah Scepter and Joseph Spithright Chapter 6. 95 Camden. Britannia, Volume I, p. 151. 96 James Fraser. The Golden Bough, A Study in Magic and Religion, 3rd edition, Volume 09 of 12, 5. Saturnalia in Western Asia. 97 James Fraser. The Golden Bough. Abridged edition. Preface. 98 Thor Heyerdahl. Scandinavian ancestry, tracing roots to Azerbaijan, Azerbaijan International. 99 David Foe. Origins of R1A, Q and K in Scandinavia, Part 2, Genealogy DNAL Archives. http://archiver.roots-web.com/th/read/genealogy-dna/2004-090823557. 100 Ernst Friedrich Krenzler, Ancestry of Richard Plantagenet and Cecily de Neville. http://freepage.genealogy.roots-web.com/tilde-james-dow/s073/f114462.htm. 101 Edmund Spencer. A View of the Present State of Ireland, c. 1596. 102 Ibid. 103 Britannia, 1586 etc., English translation, 1610. 104 Mommy, Where Do Bonos Come From? Culture, Vanity Fair, June 20, 2007. 105 R. Spencer Wells, et al. The Eurasian Heartland, A Continental Perspective on Y-Chromosome Diversity. The National Academy of Sciences, 2001. 106 David K. Foe. The Genetic Link of the Viking, Era Norse to Central Asia, An Assessment of the Y-Chromosome DNA, Archaeological, Historical and Linguistic Evidence.